Hello and good day to all friends. This is Mojtaba Rasti from the Thales Group, and today is December 24th, 2025. I'm here with you with an update on the weekly outlook, reviewing the new trades that entered the market since Monday for the December 26th weekend batch. Well, as you saw in the short video, we filtered the trades from the beginning of December 22nd up to now. Up to this very moment for the December 26th batch, and considering the positive open interest, that is, trades that have been closed or settled, this is what we have. It's just like what you saw in the short video. The actual floor is 85,000. Look, here again we can see the volume of put sales. We can see that, and along with this upward movement, we also need to notice that right now we're acting towards the downside. That's why maybe until the weekend, the price is aiming to form a bottom, which is probably around the average of 84 to 85. It might establish that and then move upward, where the next step is 95,000, then 92,000, and finally around 94,000. See, the thing is, this move to the upside is also getting a bit weaker. The slider is moving forward, and you can see that from the start of 23, actually December, the situation becomes volatile. As we said, we're still above 88. Our put selling has started and is still around 86,000. Here, of course, the hopeful bottom has come up to about 86,000 and even down to 8,400. Look, 8,400. That's the point where the red curve on the lower side goes into loss, meaning it crosses a flat line. So 84 could also be considered the bottom. In our view, and with call buying to the upside getting weaker, you can see our gamma has decreased. Our gamma height is decreased, relatively speaking. In fact, the depth of our negative gamma is greater, and the positive gamma has less height. Call buying has weakened, so the probability of an upward move is lower, which ultimately could, here at the very least, it shows that it's around 91. It's faded around 91 and 92, and 94 isn't visible at all. So a move toward this bottom now seems more likely, as you can see. Right up until the very last and final moments, these put sellers are still making their significant presence felt. Now, let's proceed and move on to our more accurate and precise trades. Let's see next what we have for the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Okay, let me just a moment. 10 Bitcoin, 90 trades. Well, that's a lot. Let's lower it so we can analyze them. 15 Bitcoin. Still too many. 20 Bitcoin, 36 trades, 20 Bitcoin. Let's take a look at that. Okay, if we want to analyze the 20 Bitcoin trades, yes, these are all the trades. First, let's see. If you look at trades of 20 Bitcoin and above, they have the potential to move in either direction. If we move forward, you can see that as we pass December 22nd and reach December 23rd, look at the curve situation. Again, it becomes volatile. You can see how far the put selling goes, and call buying has less strength. If you look at call buying as we move toward the end, see what happens. The height of these steps decreases. It comes down to 9,600, gets lower, and from this side it's steeper. In fact, the amount of put selling increases. And again, on average, the put selling. So from 8,500 and up, if we want to analyze trades above 20 Bitcoin, you can see the big trades we have. Like here, for example, there's a single trade of 200 Bitcoin. A long put below 90,000 is being considered. Again, looking at the heavy trades we have, here you can see another single trade of 200 Bitcoin, which is among the recent trades, meaning it was entered today, December 24th. 200 Bitcoin short call at 86. You see, the ceiling is set at 86 for Friday, which is right where we are now. So from here, we might see a move to these are the cases. Now let's move on to the strategies. Let's get into the strategies. Here we have this particular strategy. We have this 100 Bitcoin strategy, which is for Monday. This one's for Monday, if you remember. We analyzed it, and the outlook was bullish. There was a bullish spread for 94, with a mid-profit around 92, and it would start profiting at 90,000. But from what we're seeing, it doesn't really look like things are going in this trader's favor. According to the outlook that was predicted, here again we have a heavy 500 Bitcoin spread, which also had its peak profit at 95. This one is also for Monday, which you had review it. Its midpoint is at 92, 300, and 400. That's its mid-profit. Then again, it seems like the conditions aren't really in favor of these traders. Let's move on to other outlooks. Look, here we have these. We have this one for the 20th, and this one for the 22nd, and this one also for the 22nd. Let me see. Yes, this is actually the same ratio strategy, the call ratio. We thoroughly reviewed it, and once again, the significant move toward the year 1997 and truly entering a state of profit happens around 1994 to 1995, so we are still quite a considerable distance from achieving this particular outlook as well. We're still quite far from it, and this one is for Monday as well. For this particular strategy, why, you might ask? This is indeed also a strategy, but it is quite a long one. It's a long for the 22nd again, a long call with an average above 93 in profit. Which, given the conditions we've seen, it seems like these currently have less of a chance. This is also the 150 Bitcoin strategy play, which again saw its peak profit at 98. Unless we see, look, we're getting some support here, right? Unless the RSI moving average breaks through here with strength and goes up to the upside, but considering the trading volume, look, the volume we're seeing isn't really that high. Even today, when we check the options trades, overall there were very few new entries. Just a couple hours ago when I shared my analysis with you. Actually, today's total trading volume was approximately around like 500 to 600 Bitcoin in value. The trading volume is low, and this itself shows that the chances of a strong upward move are lower. Well, let's do this. And now, just take a look right here. From the 23rd, look, from the 23rd we have 4 separate 50 Bitcoin trades here. Long calls for 92, 492. This also shows a bullish outlook. Here as well, there's a 25 Bitcoin trade, and here a 111 Bitcoin short call at 92, which is seen as the ceiling. And look here, some of the trades that came in today, these are significant. Take a look. Here, a 100 Bitcoin short call at 86. These are meaningful. You can see that suddenly the outlook here has changed. Since around noon today, the outlook has shifted. The outlook has changed, and look here. 21 Bitcoin short put at 84. Short put here. 50 Bitcoin at the end of December 23rd. 50 Bitcoin short put at 85. Gradually. The bearish outlook is starting to show itself, and here it's kind of peaking. 100 Bitcoin short call at 86 here. 200 Bitcoin short call actually at 86 again. A lot of 86 seen for Friday. 30 Bitcoin. Here again, there's a short call at 86. Here there's a 22 Bitcoin and a 45 Bitcoin, which is a long call at 90,000. See, they've taken long calls, but for 90,000, meaning compared to those who took long calls at 92, their outlook has come down. Here we have a strategy play, 250 Bitcoin positions, and now this has become basically it's bearish. You could say it's a kind of bearish spread, and we've actually hit its target. We've reached its target. 87,000. 87,000. In a way, you can interpret this as expecting below 87,000. Well, of course, maybe that's the perspective here. Because this is set for Friday, and they should logically have this expectation. So we shouldn't go up before Friday. Because if we do go up, this position will go into a loss. Logically, we should stay below 87 until Friday. And finally, we arrive at the last and most recent trade. Just take a moment to observe it closely. It's a significant transaction that was meticulously entered into the system approximately 2 full hours ago, or perhaps even a bit more precisely about an hour and a half ago, marking the conclusion of our current trading activities. 92 Bitcoin long call at 88. See, this is also a long call, but it's already hit its target. Below 88, it predicted an upward move toward 88, which is happening right now. It's happening right now. So in this move, we're probably heading toward 88 or 89. In my opinion, in the best case scenario, we might be able to go higher, and in that optimistic case, we could see some movement. It could also end right here, and then we'll probably see a move downward. So the target seems to be by the end of the week, it's more about stabilizing a bottom around 84 or 85. And if these areas don't hold as support, naturally we'll move toward 81 or 82. Thanks for your attention. I hope this has been helpful, and until the next analysis.